Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Caribbean and Bahamas Weather Report. We are entering a week filled with dynamic weather developments across the Caribbean, the Atlantic, and even parts of North America. First, let's look at the overall picture. The Caribbean region is currently influenced by two active tropical disturbances, while another tropical wave is moving westward across the Atlantic, with potential to strengthen in the coming days. Although there is only one named storm, Tropical Storm Lorenzo, located in the central Atlantic, the entire basin, from the Antilles to the Bahamas, remains highly active on the weather map. In general, the atmosphere is being shaped by a combination of northerly cold air masses and tropical moisture streams moving west from the Atlantic. This interaction is creating favorable conditions for heavy rainfall, thunderstorms, and gusty winds across much of the region. Cyclone rain focus: Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Today, the heaviest rainfall remains centered over Barbados, where local authorities have issued flash flood and inundation alerts for the entire island. Over the past 24 hours, rainfall totals have ranged from 25 to 75 millimeters, and more downpours are expected overnight into tomorrow morning. Satellite imagery shows a thick mass of clouds covering the area from Barbados to St. Vincent, indicating that the rain will continue. Residents in low-lying or coastal areas should take precautions, as flash flooding and localized landslides remain possible on the saturated ground. Neighboring islands such as St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago have also reported scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. In these locations, rain tends to come in short, intense bursts separated by dry intervals. Live cameras from Media Mundo in St. Lucia show rain in the southern part of the island while the north remains partly sunny, highlighting the uneven nature of the current rain bands. Further north, the islands of Dominica, Guadeloupe, Antigua, and St. Kitts are still enjoying relatively stable conditions with plenty of sunshine. However, this calm period will not last long. Forecasts show that by Thursday, a low-pressure trough now over the Bahamas will drift southward and merge with moist tropical air from the Atlantic, bringing widespread rainfall to the Leeward Islands. Areas experiencing sunshine today could see unsettled, rainy weather by the end of the week. Cloud with rain: Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. Across Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, home to the Dominican Republic and Haiti, conditions remain fairly dry today with light northeast winds. However, meteorologists warn that starting tomorrow, an upper-level trough combined with increasing moisture from the southeast will trigger rapid cloud and thunderstorm development. Heavy rain is expected across Puerto Rico and western Hispaniola, particularly along mountain slopes exposed to onshore winds. Because these islands have steep terrain and short river systems, even moderate rainfall can quickly cause flooding and landslides. In San Juan, skies are still slightly hazy due to lingering Saharan dust, but that dust will fade as moisture increases, leading to cloudier and stormier afternoons later in the week. While these early season rains will help ease the recent heat, temperatures near 33 degrees Celsius, they also bring lightning and slippery roads, so caution is advised. Cloud with lightning and rain: Jamaica, Cuba, and the Cayman Islands. In Jamaica, the wet pattern continues. Over the past 2 days, areas including Kingston, Port Moore, and Montego Bay have experienced intense thunderstorms, with frequent lightning and bursts of heavy rain, especially in coastal lowlands. The Jamaican Meteorological Service warns of possible flash flooding through Friday as the Caribbean low remains nearly stationary. Over in Cuba, rain bands stretch from Havana to Santiago de Cuba. Most showers occur during the afternoon and evening, and some locations have recorded up to 50 millimeters of rain in 24 hours. Coastal areas on the southern side of the island are experiencing winds up to 35 to 45 kilometers per hour with stronger gusts. Meanwhile, in the Cayman Islands, skies are brighter than yesterday. Though humidity remains high, brief thunderstorms may still pop up in the afternoon, so residents and tourists should limit outdoor activities late in the day. Palm Tree, the Bahamas. Weather across the Bahamas is clearly split into two halves. In the northern islands, including Grand Bahama and New Providence, conditions are sunny and mild, with daytime temperatures around 27 to 28 degrees Celsius and gentle northeast breezes. However, the central and southern islands, such as Cat Island, Exuma, Rum Cay, and San Salvador, continue to experience moderate to heavy rainfall and scattered thunderstorms. Farther southeast, in Turks and Caicos, rain showers are expected to linger for another 2 or 3 days before drier air moves in by the weekend. Residents are urged to stay alert, as the approaching low-pressure system may still bring bursts of heavy rainfall in short periods. Sun behind rain clouds Central America and the ABC Islands. Across Central America, from Honduras to Panama, brief afternoon showers continue to form. Though they are generally fast-moving and short-lived, these rains may still affect coastal marine activities, so small boats should exercise caution. Over the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao, the weather remains warm and mostly sunny, with daytime highs around 31 to 32 degrees Celsius and light trade winds. Forecast models show that by Wednesday, moisture rising from the southern Caribbean could trigger brief nighttime or early morning showers. This will be a welcome change for the region's ongoing dry season, though it may briefly disrupt beach tourism. Wave tropical storm Lorenzo and a new tropical wave. Let's turn to the only named system currently in the Atlantic, Tropical Storm Lorenzo. According to the National Hurricane Center, Lorenzo has weakened significantly. Maximum winds are now around 65 kilometers per hour, and the storm's center lies in the open central Atlantic. Moving northeastward and away from land, forecasts suggest that by the weekend, Lorenzo will lose its structure and dissipate into a remnant low. That means no direct threat to the Caribbean, Bahamas, or Western Atlantic islands. Still, meteorologists caution that remnants of Lorenzo could leave behind a mid-level vortex drifting westward early next week, which might enhance rainfall over the Leeward Islands. Lorenzo itself may be fading, but the atmospheric remnants surrounding it bear continued watching. Meanwhile, a new tropical wave is forming over the eastern Atlantic. Within the so-called main development region, the area where most Atlantic storms are born, no official warnings have been issued yet, but several forecast models hint at the possible formation of a tropical depression within 3 to 5 days. Some scenarios show the system strengthening as it nears the Lesser Antilles, while others suggest it might wait until entering the Caribbean before intensifying. Interestingly, its projected path is quite far south, meaning it could skim the northern coast of South America, bringing rain to Trinidad, Grenada, and the ABC Islands before moving westward. For residents of the southeastern Caribbean, this will be the key system to monitor over the coming week. Even if it does not develop into a storm, it is still expected to bring heavy rainfall and gusty winds by the weekend. Umbrella with rain drops rainfall outlook and marine conditions. From now through the end of the week, widespread rainfall is expected across much of the Caribbean. The heaviest totals, 75 to 125 millimeters, are likely over Puerto Rico, the Leeward Islands, the Dominican Republic, and parts of northern Venezuela. Strong northeast winds over the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos will also generate rough seas, with waves reaching 2 to 3 meters. Small craft should remain in port, especially during the late afternoon when thunderstorms are most active, along northern coastlines of Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Sudden large waves could pose risks to swimmers and beachgoers, so following local safety guidance is strongly advised. Maple leaf weather across Canada. Now, turning northward to Canada, which is experiencing a fascinating transition after the Thanksgiving weekend. Last weekend brought the first snowfalls of the season to western regions, including Calgary, Edmonton, and parts of the Okanagan Valley. Today, however, conditions have changed dramatically. The cold air mass has retreated, replaced by a mild Pacific flow that is pushing temperatures up to around 6 degrees Celsius in Calgary, possibly reaching 10 to 11 degrees Celsius tomorrow. Sunshine is melting snow quickly and improving road conditions. In central Canada, including Winnipeg and the Prairie provinces, A gradual warming trend continues, with highs expected to reach 15 degrees Celsius by the weekend. A light rain system may pass through on Friday, but drier weather will return afterward. Farther east, Toronto, Montreal, and Quebec City are enjoying warmer than average temperatures for mid-October. Today, Toronto reached 22 degrees Celsius, and Montreal hovered near 20 degrees Celsius under sunny skies and gentle breezes, perfect for outdoor activities or post-election strolls. Temperatures will dip slightly to the mid-teens midweek before rebounding over the weekend, typical of October's day-to-day fluctuations. In Newfoundland and Labrador, the weather is cooler yet pleasant. St. John's recorded a high of 9 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy but dry skies. Interestingly, interior Labrador is currently warmer than the coast, a rare pattern for this time of year. By the weekend, a weak onshore breeze could bring light drizzle, but no significant systems are expected. Across British Columbia, southern regions remain bathed in sunshine. Vancouver, Victoria, and nearby areas enjoy daytime highs between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. Ideal for outdoor activities. By the weekend, Pacific moisture will return with light rain, though totals will remain small and short-lived. Globe summary and closing remarks. To summarize, the Caribbean region faces a dynamic mix of rain, storms, and humidity in the coming days. Areas such as Barbados, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and Jamaica should remain on alert for potential flooding. Residents in low-lying areas, near rivers, or along coastlines are urged to check drainage systems, avoid travel during heavy downpours, and follow local advisories. In contrast, the northern Bahamas can look forward to a few pleasant days of sunshine and cooler air, though rough seas will continue along the coast. For Trinidad, Grenada, and the ABC Islands, the incoming tropical wave could bring quick changes, so keeping an eye on updates will be essential. And in Canada, mild and mostly stable weather dominates, offering a brief reprieve from early winter chill. Thank you for watching the Caribbean and Bahamas Weather Report. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you won't miss future forecasts. I'm Rusty, wishing you safety, sunshine, and a peaceful day ahead. See you next time.